The 2024 American elections are set to be a significant event, encompassing both the presidential election and numerous congressional races. Here's a detailed look at the key aspects. Presidential election. Candidates. Democratic Party incumbent President Joe Biden is expected to seek re-election. However, he may face primary challenges from within his party. Republican Party. Former President Donald Trump has announced his intention to run again. Other potential candidates include Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, former Vice President Mike Pence, and several others. Key issues. Economy, inflation, job growth, and tax policies are expected to be central themes. Healthcare. The future of the Affordable Care Act and healthcare accessibility will be hotly debated. Climate change. Policies related to renewable energy and climate action will be significant, especially given recent environmental challenges. Social issues. Topics such as abortion rights, LGBTQ+ rights, and gun control will likely be prominent. Campaign strategies. Digital campaigning. Both parties are expected to leverage social media, data analytics, and digital advertising more than ever before. Grassroots mobilization. Engaging volunteers and grassroots supporters will be crucial for voter turnout. Congressional elections. Senate. Contested seats. About one-third of the Senate seats will be up for election. Key battleground states will include Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Arizona, and Georgia. Majority control. The balance of power in the Senate is currently very close, making these races crucial for both parties. House of Representatives. Redistricting. The 2024 elections will be the first to reflect new district boundaries following the 2020 census, which may influence the balance of power. Key races. Swing districts in states like Texas, Florida, and California will be closely watched. Other races. Governorships. Several states will hold gubernatorial elections, including key swing states like Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. Voting and election integrity. Voting laws. Changes in voting laws in various states, particularly around mail-in ballots and voter ID requirements, are expected to be contentious and could influence voter turnout. Election security. Ensuring the integrity and security of the voting process will be a major focus, with increased attention on cybersecurity measures and combating misinformation. Views about the Democratic and Republican parties in the United States vary widely and are influenced by numerous factors, including political ideology, personal experiences, and current events. Here's an overview of general perspectives. Democratic Party. Supporters' views. Progressive policies. Many Democrats advocate for progressive policies on issues like healthcare, climate change, and social justice. Healthcare. Strong support for expanding access to healthcare, including maintaining and improving the Affordable Care Act. Climate change. Emphasis on environmental protection and transitioning to renewable energy sources. Social issues. Advocacy for LGBTQ+ rights, gender equality, and comprehensive immigration reform. Economic policies. Support for higher taxes on the wealthy and increased government spending on social programs and infrastructure. Critics' views. Government overreach. Concerns about too much government intervention in the economy and individual lives. Fiscal responsibility. Criticism over what some see as excessive government spending and rising national debt. Immigration policies. Some believe the Democratic stance on immigration is too lenient. Republican Party. Supporters' views. Limited government. Emphasis on reducing the size of government and decreasing regulation. Economic policies. Advocacy for lower taxes, free market capitalism, and less government intervention in the economy. National security. Strong stance on national defense and border security. Traditional values. Support for conservative social values, including positions on issues like abortion and gun rights. Fiscal responsibility. Focus on reducing government spending and balancing the budget. Critics' views. Social issues. Concerns about opposition to policies promoting social equality and civil rights for marginalized groups. Climate change. criticism for not taking sufficient action to address environmental issues. Healthcare, opposition to expanding government involvement in healthcare, which some believe limits access and increases costs. Public opinion trends. Polarization. The political landscape in the US has become increasingly polarized, with significant ideological divides between supporters of the two parties. This polarization often leads to gridlock in government and intense political debates. Swing voters. There is a segment of the electorate, often referred to as swing voters or independents, who do not consistently align with either party. Their views can vary widely and often determine the outcome of elections. Regional differences. Views on the parties also vary significantly by region. Urban areas tend to lean more Democratic, while rural areas tend to be more Republican. Suburban areas can be battlegrounds that fluctuate between the two parties. Demographic factors, age, race, gender, and education level also influence party support. Younger voters and minority groups tend to lean Democratic, while older voters and white, non-college-educated individuals tend to lean Republican. These are broad trends, and there is significant diversity of opinion within each party. Individual views are influenced by a range of personal, economic, and social factors. The world views the American elections with great interest and scrutiny, as the outcome can have significant global implications. Here are some perspectives from different regions. Europe. NATO and security. European nations closely monitor US elections because American leadership impacts NATO, and European security, stability, and commitment to the alliance are key concerns. Trade and economy. The US is a major trading partner for many European countries. Policies related to trade tariffs, regulations, and economic collaboration are of high interest. Climate change. European countries generally prioritize climate action and are keen to see strong US leadership on global environmental initiatives. Asia. China relations. Many Asian countries are interested in how the US will handle its relationship with China, including trade policies and regional security issues. Economic policies. Countries like Japan and South Korea are concerned about economic policies that could affect trade and investment in the region. Security alliances. US military presence and alliances in the Asia-Pacific region are crucial for regional stability, making defense policies a key focus. Middle East. Foreign policy. US policies on Iran, Israel, and broader Middle East peace initiatives are critically important. Elections can signal shifts in approach to conflicts and diplomacy. Energy policies. As major oil producers, Middle Eastern countries watch US energy policies closely, particularly those related to oil and renewable energy. Africa. Aid and development. African nations are interested in US policies on foreign aid, trade, and investment, which can impact development and economic growth. Security cooperation. Counterterrorism and security partnerships are important, particularly in regions facing instability. Latin America. Immigration. US immigration policies directly affect many Latin American countries. Changes in policy can have significant social and economic impacts. Trade. Trade agreements and economic policies are also crucial, as many Latin American economies are closely tied to the US market. Global perspective. Leadership and stability. The US is often seen as a global leader. Elections are watched for indications of how the US will engage with international institutions like the United Nations and the World Health Organization. See economic impact. As the world's largest economy, US economic policies can influence global markets, affecting countries worldwide. In summary, the American elections are seen as a barometer for future US policies and their potential global impact. Leaders and citizens around the world watch closely, understanding that the results can affect international relations, trade, security, and global stability. The 2024 American elections are poised to be a highly competitive and consequential event, shaping the political landscape for years to come. As campaigns ramp up, the strategies, key issues, and candidate performances will be closely scrutinized by both voters and analysts.